Hello world, this is Ina and I'm here to teach you how to live your best life through entrepreneurship. Are you ready for this? Today we're going to talk about podcasts. Now, if you're the kind of person who listens to podcasts all the time, I have some useful information for you. If you're the kind of person who has no idea where to find a podcast, you've never listened to a podcast before, you know they exist but they're not really your thing, we need to talk. The myth that we're going to bust today is that if you don't listen to podcasts, nobody else does. Podcasts are really that thing that just techie people listen to. It's just not for you. It's not your thing. Your audience doesn't listen to podcasts. Is your only evidence the fact that you don't listen to podcasts? Let's get to the truth. And I want you to stick around until the end of the episode because I have a really good gift for you. The truth of the matter is that a lot of people listen to podcasts. Listen to these stats. 112 million Americans have listened to a podcast at one point or another. 67 million of Americans listen to podcasts every month. And 42 million Americans listen to a podcast on a weekly basis. Now, you cannot be sure that your target audience is not there. That's a lot of people to ignore. When people are commuting, they usually listen to podcasts. Why? Because it's really easy. They don't have to look at a screen. They can just go about their day and the stuff just comes in through their ears. And there are a lot of really good podcasts out there that have gotten people hooked. So now people are used to getting their information through their ears. And I want to tell you the story of someone who's doing it right. If all of this is interesting to you, you may want to check out the episode I did about blogging, because a lot of the same concepts apply here. So click on your card that is on your screen, and you can go watch it later. Her name is Nicaila Okome, and she is the founder of Side Hustle Pro. She has a podcast that has been watched 500,000 times, and it was deemed the perfect entrepreneurship podcast by Mashable. Now, she didn't start out just wanting to create a podcast. In fact, she just had a blog. Nicaila worked in marketing for big firms, and I'm talking big people. Google, NPR, MTV. I mean, she knew her stuff. At one point, she found herself without a job, so she decided to create a website, a personal website, to basically showcase her portfolio in order to help her with job hunting. Now, this was a personal blog that she had for many years, but she was just kind of hobby-like mentality about it. She kind of let it die, and then she brought it back. She started blogging about things like marketing and the tech industry, and then she thought, nobody's reading. It's kind of boring. So she started interviewing really inspiring entrepreneurs on her blog. And then she thought, you know what? People's attention spans are not really there anymore. People are not reading through the end. Is there any other way that I can put these interviews out there? And then she found out about podcasting. She was one of those people that had never listened to a podcast before. This was not her thing. So she took a course on how to start a podcast. And she set a goal for herself. She said, I'm going to podcast solid content consistently for an entire year and then see what happens. Now, I want to say two things. Number one, yes, Nicaila is a powerhouse of a woman, and there's no reason why anybody would not want to listen to her podcast. She is amazing. But that is not the only key to success. She was consistent. Are you getting my drift yet? Consistency is key to success. You cannot even name someone who was successful after quitting for 3 months. It's not a thing. In order to succeed, you have to keep going regardless of the results. Now, Nicaila has a very successful podcast interviewing strong Black entrepreneurs who have made it in the world. And she can definitely count herself as one of them. What I want you to do right now is to think about your audience. Think about how they go about their day. Would they listen to a podcast? Would they read a blog? Would they watch a video series? Is anybody watching this? Once you have your list, those are the mediums you want to go into. And don't worry about the technical stuff. People like me out there are here to help you figure all that stuff out. In the words of Marie Forleo, everything is figure-outable. So don't let that hold you back. Train is coming. Oh, it's not a train, it's a track cleaner or something. It's like the little train that could. And to help you with all of that, I have a bonus. You want to hear about it? So I have a bonus for anyone who signs on to my mailing list. I created a document where I compared 3 of the most popular platforms to host your podcast. The truth is that they're not all built the same. They don't cost the same, and they don't provide the same features. So I compiled all that for you, and all you have to do is go to the link on your screen and you'll be all set. That's all I had for you today. Goodbye, world. I will see you next time. Hi there, there's more where that came from. Subscribe so you don't miss any of the daily episodes, and here's a couple more that you might like.